In your opinion, what do you think is the number one reason why most people never reach their dreams? For me, you probably already guessed it because of the title of the video. It's because of your bad handwriting. Oh gosh, that was terrible. That was really terrible. Let's try that again. It's because of your bad habits. Seriously, I've seen time and time again people announce to me their goals and desires, but even after years, nothing has changed. Yes, other factors like being scared, not believing in yourself, and not taking action all matter. But none of those things matter if you can't be consistent, and the thing that keeps you from being consistent are your bad habits. So how do you break out of this loop of repeating those bad habits over and over again? That's exactly what this video will help you with. Step by step, let's break down the 5 things you must have when breaking any bad habit. Let's go ahead and start with the most popular one that countless books love to cover with 100 plus pages. But for this video, let's not take that one. Number 1. Have a clear purpose. Essentially, know your why. Being aware that you have a bad habit that you want to change is great, but if you don't have a strong enough reason not to do that bad habit, your immediate justification once you start trying to get rid of it is, hey, why am I trying to avoid doing this again? I'm not sure. Well, I guess it's okay if I just go ahead and sleep all day. Or if your reason just really sucks, it turns into, hey, why am I trying to stop being on my phone all day? Because I need to get an A in that class? Who cares? Said by no Asians, except for some. Anyways, you get the idea. Having a very strong and clear why will help guide your actions and thoughts. Just remember that writing one down is very different from internalizing it and really living your why. I think that's the number one mistake a lot of people make. They have a why, but they've never internalized it. And the only way you internalize it is through activities that build it up. In this case, avoiding your bad habit and working on things that affirm your why are such activities. For instance, I stopped playing video games because I want to focus all my efforts on working towards something of more importance, like my YouTube videos and personal projects. I enjoy playing, it's just I have a strong enough why that allows me to avoid that bad habit. And even if I do slip up, I still have my why to bring me back. I talk more about this in one of my previous videos that I'll link below. Your why doesn't have to be super lavish, like, I quit social media to finally create my startup and become a millionaire. It can totally be that if you want, but whatever it is, you just have to resonate with it. Moving on to number 2, an actual organized plan to break the habit. I was talking to my cousin on the phone the other day, and I told him about how I plan out everything that I do. He told me, you don't have to be so robotic. I couldn't help but laugh because I don't see it as robotic at all. I'm so used to it that if I don't write down a future task, I'll pretty much not do it. So if you're ever talking to me and you didn't see me write down what you wanted me to do, I'll probably not do it. And that is essentially what happens to most everyone else as well. If you say that you're gonna break a bad habit and you even have a strong why for it, but you never plan to do anything about it, and most likely will never change. You can go ahead and try to just stop. It's definitely possible that you could succeed, or you can set up a system to remind yourself of your why at pivotal times and let you know how well you're progressing. Productive is a pretty good app to use to keep track of how many days you've steered clear of your bad habit. Of course, marking a physical calendar works just as well, if not better. I personally do both for different habits. There are definitely many things that you can do, like trying to replace your bad habit with a good habit and testing things out from the habit loop. If you don't know what that is, I'll leave a link about the habit loop in the description. Basically, going in and just saying you'll change your bad habit is never enough. You must have an actual plan. I also created a guide to creating a strong system if you're interested. You'll find it on my website, which I'll link below. And that's a lot of links in the description, so I promise no more links there after this. Number 3, an optimized environment. You can have a great plan and a strong why, but if your environment sucks, you're sabotaging your success. Here's a clear example. Bob wants to lose weight, so he's decided to stop eating junk food and ice cream. But it so happens that there's a ton of it still in the kitchen. Bob goes in the kitchen and is hungry. He tries to resist, but he can't because the ice cream just keeps staring back at him so longingly. Such a simple mistake that Bob made, but he couldn't possibly throw it all away, right? Yes, he can. And if you really feel bad about wasting food, throw a party and have all your friends eat your food. The lesson from this story is that a lot of us who are trying to quit social media, video games, and stuff like that still keep all of those things right in front of our faces. Delete the app, store the console somewhere hard to reach. Put your phone somewhere else when you're focusing on your work. Out of sight, out of mind. Number 4, accountability. This one is probably one of my favorites. Nothing is more useful in making you keep your word than the pain of embarrassment and being seen as a liar. If you're looking to break your bad habit, this truly is a must-have. Setting up accountability for bad habits versus good habits is probably more difficult in this case, since you can lie about not doing something, so you really have to humble yourself and not lie to your accountability partner. So try to choose someone you really respect and hold dear so that if you end up lying, you'll feel terrible. And yes, that is the whole point of accountability, to put stakes on the line. I currently have 2 projects that I'm using accountability for. My friend and I have set up a bi-weekly quick checkup to see if we've accomplished the goals that we set out to accomplish. If we failed for whatever reason, we have to pay the other person $10. And honestly, if it were up to me, it would be $50. And that is a pretty steep price for us poor people, so you better bet that neither of us wants to lose that money. The other project is a simple splits project. I'm trying to get the full splits by the time it hits the middle of 2019. The idea is that I record my progress against the wall for 5 to 6 nights a week and then post on social media my progress. I announced my goals, so that means if I don't follow up, I look like a liar and a loser. In my case, that's definitely a bold move, but now it feels like I don't even have a choice. I mean, I do have a choice, but I don't want to be a liar and a loser. And that is the power of accountability. Put skin in the game, and you'll find that the game starts looking and feeling very different. Number 5, have a failsafe. A really big mistake is to assume that after a certain number of days of not doing the bad habit, you're safe forever. That's completely wrong. You think after years of driving that if you stop driving for 4 months, your body won't remember how to drive? It most certainly will. Same with your bad habits. Your body is extremely familiar with your bad habits, remembers how to engage the let's eat ice cream and binge all day subroutine pretty much whenever. This is why you should have a failsafe just in case things go south. If you actually start on the path of doing your bad habit, assuming there is space between you deciding you're going to do it and actually engaging in it, you have certain failsafes in place that either block you from actually doing it or at least making it very easy to recover after you've engaged. For instance, if you have a bad habit of watching too much Netflix, you can set up a failsafe of texting a friend that you're about to watch Netflix and call me in 2 hours so I don't end up watching for 5 hours. You can really get creative here, so just have some fun. That was definitely a lot of information to cover in just one video. Right now, I'm working on a 30-day course that will walk you through building or breaking any habit of your choice. It'll go into more details and provide a step-by-step structure for you guys to really take control of your habits. Once it's out, since I promised I wouldn't leave another link in the description, I'll create a pinned comment with the link. I truly believe that bad habits are the source to why many people can't seem to reach their goals. That's the whole reason I'm making this course, as part of Dreamlit's master plan, which I also made a video about. I hope this video helps with your endeavors. Thanks for watching.